Well, we had an absolutely glorious day yesterday. Clear blue skies. It was really quite hot. Now, I wasn't home all day because I had a stall at a craft fair. And today I'm in the garden, but there is a threat of rain later. So I've decided to get as much done as I can this morning while it's dry. And then if it does rain, any new plants that I put in the ground will get a good dousing. So I've started to build a frame, and I'm going to put my Kohl Rabi, the purple and green, and the Chard under netting, because when I've grown Chard before, you've only got tiny back, and the birds, particularly sparrows, love it, and they'll strip a plant in a day. So I'm going to protect it with netting, and also hopefully protect it from any chance of mosaic virus. So my intention is to grow these plants in 3 rows. So I'm going to have a row of the green kohlrabi, row of chard, and a row of the purple kohlrabi. Now the chard needs to be 12 inches apart, and the kohlrabi at least 10 inches apart. So I've prepared the soil. I put down some organic matter a couple of weeks ago, and I've just forked it over a little bit to make sure it's blended. And because we had all the rain, it's lovely and moist. So better get a bit cracking before it starts to rain. So I'll start with the chard. You see the wind's developing a little bit now, so I think that's an indication it's going to rain. It's quite overcast at the moment. The soil is lovely at the moment. Well, they're all in now, so from left to right, left is the purple kohlrabi, centre is the rhubarb chard, and the right hand side is the green kohlrabi. Okay, so it's all covered now. I don't like this netting. It does the job, so I can't discredit it. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It keeps out all the insects, but it is very stiff. It's bulky, it's not very pliable, but it's all I've got at the moment, and it was expensive, so I don't want to cut it to fit, so I've just had to make it fit. I was watching another YouTuber, Muddy Boots, and on there Nigel mentioned a different type of netting. I can't remember what it's called now, but I will put a link below. But I'm going to go and order some and replace this, but it'll do for now. I'll just keep the birds off and the pests. This is a Sweetcorn. This is Swift, and I'm going to sow them here between I think the recommendation is about 18 inches apart. I usually do mine about 12 inches, and it's perfectly adequate. So I'll just kind of space them out a bit where I want them. Now I have sown some more, which are in the greenhouse. I think I've got about another 5 or 6 coming. So I'm going to start off with digging the hole, with a little trowel, making a hole. I've got chicken pellets, which I'm going to put in the hole, and then they'll have a good watering. So this really does feel like summer's around the corner when you plant your first sweet corn. So that's the first one. That always feels quite exciting. I don't know whether it's just me being a little bit fussy, but I like them all to be looking in the same direction. I think it just looks nicer than all higgledy-piggledy. But that's just me. I guess if you're on an allotment, it doesn't matter so much, but I see this from my house, so I like it to be quite ornamental as well as practical. So unlike most other plants, sweet corn isn't pollinated by bees or insects. And for that reason, we grow them in blocks. So at the moment, I'm doing them in rows of 3 by 3, probably 3 by 4 at the moment, but I've got another row that go in when the seedlings are big enough. The reason for doing that is that the pollen from the male flowers needs to kind of fertilise, if you like, the female flowers, and that's done by the wind and movement. So if you plant them in blocks, you've got much higher rate of pollination than if you just did them in one long row. So I'm going to carry on. I do seem to have a blackbird that's quite interested in what I'm doing. I don't know if you can hear him, he's fluttering about. So let's carry on. It's been very hit and miss this year with the germination. I've had to sow so many seeds just to get sort of 18 plants, which is the number that I usually grow. So far I've got 3, 6, 9, I've got 12 and possibly another 5 or 6 in the greenhouse. So, but it's taken, I think, 3 sowings to get that many, and some of them are from a new packet of seeds because I was just having no success with the previous packet. I'm foaming them in, but I'm not planting them any deeper than they were in their pots. Right, carry on. How close are you going to let me get? It's very cute. At the step. Oh, Now, I posted a video a couple of weeks ago when I was potting on my tomato plants, and I mentioned about the suckers which you pinch out, and I said that at a later stage when I noticed some that are about 3 or 4 inches 3 or 4 inches in length, that when I pinch them out I put them in water because that gives them an opportunity to root and then I get a free plant. Well, I did that, and I've just noticed this evening, let me show you. So this is one, I don't know if you can see, you see the roots? So that one's got roots coming. Now this is a beauty because it's got roots quite a long way up, see that? So what I'll do is tomorrow I shall actually pot them on, and once they get really established then I'll put them out in the garden and these will grow in one of the beds. Oh, I've just dropped it, but look at this one. What a little beauty that is. So I've changed the water every day, and it's just sat on my windowsill in the kitchen. And so of those 5 little suckers, I've now got 5 new plants. So you don't always have to grow them from seed.